To everybody who's been liking the videos so far, we thank y'all. You guys liking the videos has kind of helped us start to grow the channel even more, so we appreciate it. To those who have not, please, we ask you, hit the like button before you even watch this video. It helps us grow the channel, helps people learn about us, and allows us to make more great content like this. So that's all we got. Thank you for helping us grow this channel. Hit the like button right now, and on with the show. But yeah, super duty tough work. We here. We thank y'all for y'all listenership. Had a couple weeks off due to scheduling problems. One was good. Logic had an album release party last week.
Yes, sir. Which was off the chain.
Yes, I went to it.
Yeah, we had fun.
I made a post about it. Shout out to everybody who performed, everybody who came out and supported Logic with the release of his new project, The Transition. I copped it on CD. I bought some vinyl from Cryptic, bought some vinyl from Product as well, and it was a good show. It got me, it gave me the itch.
Got that itch.
It gave your boy the itch. I'm not going to lie. Your Vans was like, oh, okay, I remember this.
People still do this. Oh
shit. I'm watching you rap. Like, I used to be really good at that up there. Man, rocking shows. Yeah. It's like I saw an old friend, man. It was dope. Yeah. It's dope. You did a great job. It's a great show. So many familiar faces and just new faces and just people coming out with excitement. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
To know that people still care. And if you're there, support Logic and his new project. It's out now. He still got, packages and pre-order packages and shit that you can order. So support this brother. So today, though, for this intro get out of hand, because we ain't seen each other in a couple weeks. We know how this shit get. We do 12-minute intros because I ain't seen you in a week. All right, this week we're talking about something very basic, but it needs to be revisited because of what's going on right now with Twitter. And this week's topic is why you need a website. This is not an original topic. Matter of fact, when we had our brother in ours, Big Stowe, on here, he and I went on in about this topic. He preaches this from the highest mountaintop on Twitter to artists.
Yeah, I think this is his slogan.
Yes. yeah. So I'm not going to get on here and claim that I invented this shit. He's been preaching it too. I've been living it, but he's been at the forefront of telling y'all artists, get a website.
Right.
So shout out to Big Stowe. But we want to talk about this just due to there was a hashtag on Twitter. Was it Friday or Thursday? RIP Twitter or something.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of people just like paranoid and afraid that Twitter was going to end. And I thought it was a good time to be reminding people that, okay, if this is true, your ass better have a website.
Yeah, like what did people do before Twitter?
Hello.
Twitter ain't been around that long. It's what, 10, 15 years old max?
Yeah, exactly. Like what, 06 maybe, 05,
yeah.
06, 07 maybe. It's not that old. So there was a world before that where there was none of this social media shit and you had to have a website. And so we want to kind of speak on some of this Twitter shit, and then we want to kind of go into why you need a website. And so that if you are an artist or creative or business out there, and you're seeing what's going on and you're thinking about how do you stem the tide, how do you make sure you're insulated and protected and all this uncertainty, we're going to talk about that today. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and want to grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping a culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against a team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut, adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
All right, folks, we back. Super Duty Tough Work. This week we talking about why you need a website. Logic, magnificence. We're going to get this started just to read this article from CNBC. And the title of this article is Twitter Sued by Employees After Mass Layoffs Begin. And it goes like this. This article says, Twitter was sued by former employees who say they were not given enough notice under federal and California law that they had lost their jobs amid ongoing mass layoffs. The class action lawsuit was filed in San Francisco federal court Thursday by 5 current or former Twitter employees, including Emmanuel Cornett, a software engineer known for his satirical cartoons critiquing Silicon Valley, who was fired Tuesday, according to the complaint. Twitter informed employees Thursday evening, days after Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk took control of the company, that it would begin laying off staff members, according to communications obtained by NBC News. In the email, Twitter said staffers will receive a notice about their employment in their work email if they still have a job, or their personal email accounts if their employment is impacted. Damn. Twitter employees. So basically, if you get fired, you can't even read it on your work email address.
Right. You get fired. You gotta check that Google.
Your personal
gotta
choice.
check that Gmail.
Hit that Hotmail up to get that termination letter. Cold out here. Damn. Whew. Twitter employees are expecting the company to cut 50% of its workforce, or roughly 3,700 employees. The Federal Work Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act requires employers to provide advance notice, generally within 60 days of mass layoffs or plant closings. Plaintiffs filed this action seeking to ensure that Twitter comply with the law and provide the requisite notice or severance payment in connection with the anticipated layoffs, the complaint states. The lawsuit asked the court to issue an order requiring Twitter obey the WARN Act. It also seeks to prevent Twitter from soliciting employees to sign documents that could give up their rights to participate in litigation. Representatives from Twitter didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Musk, in a tweet Friday, said, regarding Twitter's reduction in force, unfortunately, there is no choice when the company is losing over $4 million a day.
Sheesh.
Everyone exited was offered 3 months of severance, which is 50% more than legally required. CNBC has not confirmed this with former Twitter employees. I wonder why not. A spokesperson for California's Employment Department said Twitter has not filed any WARN notices with the agency this year. The end. I wanted to start with this article because, you see a lot of people on Twitter just flipping out. And I don't know why motherfuckers are so mad at Elon Musk and he is causing people to panic so much. But I thought this was a good opportunity to talk to the artists out there. Because if you've been around this thing long enough, as we have, we've seen things come and go. I believe when we started, it was like Friendster. And we was on Friendster heavy. Then it went from Friendster to MySpace. Then from MySpace to like Facebook and Twitter. Right? And Instagram and now TikTok. And there's always something new. But there's one thing that has been here throughout all of those social media websites coming and going, and that is your website. And as artists who have websites, who have decided a long time ago that it's worth maintaining those websites, I would like to tell you artists out there who are concerned about Twitter, that the answer is not to leave Twitter. The solution is to develop your website and use Twitter the same way you should be using every other website, which is to push traffic to your site. If you're using Twitter Instagram, Facebook, all these any other platform, TikTok, and you're not pushing traffic to your site, you're failing. And so we want to talk about why you need a website today. And but before then, what do you think about the article, Illogic? What do you think?
I mean, I saw a lot of this on Instagram, and I had no idea what they were talking about. But I had that reaction, like, oh, okay, like if it goes, it goes.
If he dies, he
you know,
dies.
Yeah, straight up. If he dies, he dies. But yeah, because I have other ways of communicating. I do have my own website. I do have other platforms that I maintain, and it's just one platform. Like we said, it's only been here 10 years. We've been doing this for over 20. So
yes,
we was here before Twitter. We'll be here after Twitter.
We will be here forever and ever.
Forever.
And ever and ever. We will be here. Get what I'm saying. Forever. I mean, y'all catch that reference at home. Okay. So we're going to talk about why you need a website. Reason number one. Reason number one why you need a website is to escape the algorithm. People complain about the algorithm all the time. Nobody see my posts. Twitter hating on me. Instagram hating on me. I'm tired of people not seeing my shit. I ain't getting no comments. I ain't getting no feedback. It's the fucking algorithm. Well, hey, there's a place where the algorithm don't apply.
Right.
That's your website, buddy. Ain't no algorithm when people go straight to your website. Ain't no, hey, we can only let 10% of the people log on to your website today.
Right.
No, 100% entrance. Nobody getting left outside. Nobody.
Yeah. If
you know what I'm saying?
If they click the link, they got access.
Hello, 100% success rate. So while it's true that the algorithms do run how these sites decide what content they show and what content they don't. Like we know it is like certain things you post, you can post great shit, but if it ain't necessarily something that generates a good amount of comments, then your post will not be shown to as many people as the person who might have some content that's not even as dope as your shit, but it creates conversation. We know we talk about this in the social media cheat code book, in damn near every chapter. But it's important to know, like, you don't have to be subject to the algorithm. You can create a website where anybody who wants to dig deeper and learn what you got going on and see everything that you're doing can see it and see everything, not just a subset as decided by the powers that be.
Right.
So that's why you need a website. And it kind of necessitates the conversation. Okay, well, now you got your website. What do you put on your website? Whatever the fuck you want to put on your website.
Everything you would put on Twitter, Instagram, I'm saying the same shit. Like, that's the thing about a website. A website is the original profile page. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in that, you put your biography, you put photos, you could put videos, you have, you might have a section where you just have a journal. You write.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you write for people to read and your thoughts and all that shit. And then you post your events and your records.
Yes.
You got your own store and you know what I mean? Like, it's the ultimate profile page.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And there's literally no limit to what you can do on your site. Like, you can post as much audio as you want to, as many photos as you want to, as long a video as you want to, all on your site, and there's no limitation. That is one advantage that you have over, depending on these social media sites to see people,
Right.
And so that's the number one reason why you need a website. Then you won't have to worry about when Twitter goes away. Reason number two, you need a website. Nobody can shut you down.
Yeah, unless you don't pay that bill.
Hello. Yeah. You got to pay for that hosting. Yeah, you got to pay.
Got to pay for that hosting.
Yeah, you got to pay for that domain registration.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can shut you down then. But you know what? It's funny because the people that I see or that I've talked to who didn't want to get a site, their biggest reservation was they didn't want to pay monthly for what it would cost to.
I pay yearly for mine.
You flexing
One
on
payment.
You flexing on us or what, man?
I mean, no, I'm just I'm just saying,
it ain't got to be monthly.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that's an expense,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Like, it all depends on your budgeting and how you do your shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I have that money set aside where I know.
Yeah.
In this one account that goes here for this,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I got to have this amount of money in there at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know, so I can keep my site up.
Yeah. Another, to add on to that is like, for people who feel like the price to pay for hosting a domain registration for a year is too much.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I've realized is that when you have something like this that you got to pay for, it creates incentive for you to participate in activities that make you money.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's too easy to be on Twitter tweeting about nothing,
Right?
not selling nothing, just
Getting off topic.
It all comes back to that, don't it?
Hey, I'm just saying. It's too easy.
Hey, all roads lead to the same shit. Yes, it's easy to get the fuck off topic because you ain't trying to sell nothing.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You don't have to. You ain't got no fucking skin in the game. You ain't got no money up. You ain't paying for nothing. You don't care if you sell a CD every fucking month. You can literally pay for your fucking hosting every month for one fucking CD sell a month. But you don't want to do that. You rather talk about them fucking Indianapolis Colts versus the Pittsburgh Steelers all day. And your music is an afterthought. But when you got a website, you got to pay for that shit, everything changed. It ain't like Instagram where you can get a free account.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it ain't like Twitter. No, you paying money, you want to make that money back. And I, for one, find that situations like that motivate me more than the free situations.
Yeah.
You know, and to add on to that, let's tie back into this Twitter thing. The people who are going to be the most concerned about whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, laying off people, shutting down, limiting their reach over there are the people who don't have their own way to reach their people.
Right.
You know, when you start these bigger fucking companies, they're not tripping on that shit. They got your email address. They got your phone number. They got your address. They want to send you some shit in the mail. You know what I'm saying? We're worried about it as artists because sometimes we don't work on getting that direct connection with our fans. And
Right.
when something like this is threatened, when the thought of, damn, I'm really active on Twitter, I got X amount of followers. If this thing goes down, I could be impacted. We get paranoid about it. We don't want to get shut down. It makes sense. But what we should be thinking is, damn, if I'm worried about that, I must not be working on my website enough.
Mm-hmm.
I must not be featuring my shit enough, because if I was really on my website and I had this much content on there, this many followers, this many people on my email list, I would be worried about that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not nearly as much.
No, not nearly as much. Like, I mean, nobody wants to lose a significant amount of followers on no platform.
Right.
We know how hard it is to get people to fucking follow you.
Right.
But you cannot fall in love with the social media shit to the point to where you don't develop your own direct connection with your fans.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, with the money thing, like, you know, if you buy a house,
Yep.
you have more incentive to take care of that house.
Hello.
And make sure that that house is together.
Yep.
You know, all the bills are paid, the lawn is mowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want that to look good because it's an investment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when you're investing in yourself, then you want to do everything that you can to make sure that the light gets shined on that specific thing, whether it's a website, whether it's an album, whether it's whatever. But you always wanted to point back to that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is. Whereas if you just walked into a house
Mm-hmm.
You ain't pay shit for it. Hey, this house is yours.
Mm-hmm.
You probably gonna fuck it up.
Right. You ain't got no skin in the game.
None.
You know? You ain't losing nothing.
None. Like, look, the statistics on people losing their fortunes who have won the lotto are well known.
Mm-hmm.
You win the lotto. Those people lose their fortunes faster than any other group of rich people.
Right.
They didn't work for it.
Mm-hmm.
They bought the ticket, but they wouldn't have had no 200 million, 300 million, $5 billion windfall ever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So they not tripping on it. Whereas if you put up some bread for that shit, you tripping about every fucking dollar.
Mm-hmm.
You making sure it's working for you. So
right.
yeah. So yeah, that's number 2. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Right.
Has life got you down? Our research has shown if you listen to the radio between the years of 1999 and 2022, you may have been exposed to bad rap music. Bad rap music has a variety of symptoms, including depression and a lack of a will to live, constant feeling of emptiness, a feeling like music no longer has any value whatsoever. Are you looking for a way out? Well, look no further.
The Difference Machine presents
Unmasking the Spirit Fakers, a new way to deal and heal from bad rap music. We brought together the finest leaders in their field, including Cyrock, Homeboy Sandman, Song, Dylan, DeMarc Vesey, and Quelle Chris to treat the onset of this disease. Cure is here. The wait is over. Sign up today at fullplayfan.com.
Side effects may include, but are not limited to, building an altar in your home, coming together to worship the Difference Machine, selling your soul, or giving your soul for free to the Difference Machine, sacrificing your firstborn child, shaking, constant headbanging.
Start Living Life Again.
This is your weekly reminder that we have 2 books that you, as a listener or watcher of this podcast, need to absolutely own. The first is The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop Artists, and the second is The Social Media Cheat Code. Both of these books were released within the last year. The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop Artists is a book where I go through the stories and explain the traits that are behind the success of some of the biggest names in hip hop today. The book has got nothing but amazing feedback. And if you are an artist, business person, whatever you do, if you would like to be inspired and would like to learn more about hip hop along the way and also see some reinforcement of the concepts that we talk about on this podcast, The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop is for you. Second book is The Social Media Cheat Code. That is for everyone who listens to this podcast who does not consider themselves an expert or really good at social media. It's not for super experienced people. It's actually for people who are on social media but are not getting the results you need. So what we did is I broke down like 12 or 13 strategies that I use all the time that actually work really well for me. I put it into a book. I gave you examples and I tell you how to implement it. That's a book you absolutely need as a listener to this podcast, watcher of this podcast. If you're on YouTube, supporting these books actually goes a long way towards supporting the podcast. So to support the show, if you like what we do, obviously we don't necessarily get paid to do this shit. So support the products and services that we create. And these 2 books are a big part of that. We appreciate your support, and back to the show. Okay, we're back, folks. Super Duty Tough Work, Blueprint, The Logic, the most infamous podcast on planet Earth. Reminding you this week why you need a motherfucking website, man. Need that website, man.
Yeah.
You need that, man. Come on, man. Get your website, man. Okay. 2 down. Number 3 reason you need a website: to tell your story. Long form story. What you have on these other websites is just snapshots, if you ask me. You know, if they were movies, they would be shorts. These platforms are not going to let you truly tell your story the way that you want to tell it. There ain't enough bandwidth. Ain't enough server space.
All right.
You know, there's limitations on this shit. And there should be. You should use them in a way to hook people to get back. But a lot of people, you know, they get pissed off about the limitations of each one of these things. You know, It's like Instagram. Yeah, they favor pictures, but I'm not good at taking pictures. You know, Or Instagram, they limit how much text you can put into your descriptions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like writing long blogs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Twitter's only 200 something characters. What the fuck? Just when I get into telling this story, I gotta write a whole fucking thread.
Yeah.
All of these things are there to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Or Facebook only allows a video of this length.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All of these things are there to kind of make sure you're playing by their rules and speaking in short form. It's not your fucking platform. You just a visitor there, bruh. You know, and very rarely do you get to tell your story on social media as you would like to tell it, skipping nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and one place you can do that is on your own website.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically your own social media platform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this was social media before social media. You know, when websites were big, like when websites first came out,
Yeah.
like, oh, a website was like gold.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
the fact that you even had a website legitimized you
Yep.
in the eyes of the public because they know it takes work to get those now. You know, that you can get them, they're a dime a dozen, but people still don't do it.
Right.
Because of social media, you know?
Yeah. Like everything is cheaper now. Like
Mm-hmm.
hosting is cheaper. You know what you're saying? Getting a website, you got places who give you more free shit than you ever used to be able to getting
Right.
it. So it's like, it's right there. But because it's so accessible, people take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I've had a website for a long time. Like one of the biggest changes in my career as it relates to this point, telling your story, came when I started blogging.
Mm-hmm.
I started blogging when I started feeling like there was no real way to tell my story on these sites. You know, you couldn't really blog. Blogs were coming in and I saw it like, yo, I'm a fan of reading blogs, but not a lot of artists were blogging back then. You know, like Blockhead was blogging. This is like 07, 08, right as the hip hop blogs started popping. And I was like, man, I want to write more. I want to be able to write a few thousand words about whatever the topic is. And that don't really fit into none of these other websites.
Right.
You know, so I just started blogging on my website. And that's the shit. I was like, I'm going to get printmatic.net. That's when I got printmatic.net. And I started blogging. That shit changed so much in my career. All of a sudden, I didn't have to wait on the blogs to write about me to explain some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I put it on my blog, post a link, and those who wanted to read it would click and read. And it made me see like, yo, there's nothing more powerful than a direct connection, because you can only be a new artist once. And when these websites and press and magazines decide that you're not new and they don't want to write about you no more, you done.
Yeah.
You know, so like being able to write opened up the door for me to write books and all this other shit, and to really just speak to my fans in a more sincere way. You know, so you need a website for that. I don't know how many of you, what your gift is. Maybe it's video, maybe it's writing, maybe it's music. Whatever it is, give yourself a platform that allows you to do it to the fullest extent.
Mm-hmm.
That's my advice. That's number 3. Number 4, which goes along with number 3. Number 4 reason you need your website is to deepen the connection. How much can people really, really tell about you through a tweet?
Right. Or even through a series, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much.
Mm-hmm.
Not much. I believe, you know, and I believe this for so many years, that like when we first started listening to rap, all you had to be was dope.
Yep.
Right? Like if you could rhyme, you would be successful.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. But what happened over time is like everybody could rap.
Yep.
Everybody could put words together. Everybody could find a dope beat to rap on.
Mm-hmm.
All them breaks that used to be a secret ain't a secret no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody has access to everything now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. So in a world where everybody's dope and everybody's got every tool, what separates you?
Right. Exactly. What's the difference?
What separates you? Your ability to be yourself, show who you are. That's it. is who you are. Can you be you to the fullest extent, right? Tell your story to the fullest extent, because if you can, you will deepen the connection with your fans.
Right.
To no longer just be the dope rapper that I don't know shit about. If I got to choose between 3 dope rappers, I'm going to choose the one whose story I know. Like, oh, that's my guy, though. I fuck with him. He said some shit that I could. He said this one thing, and I learned about him doing this and doing that. Oh, I can relate to him more. That's all that separates you now. Everybody's dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like the NBA players. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so hard to get into the NBA because you go to college, everybody's good. Everybody's a high school, star.
Yes.
Everybody was a high school star if they're starting in college.
Yeah.
So now what separates you to get to the NBA? And then you go to the NBA.
Yep.
It's levels, man.
Yep.
It's levels,
Yeah, man. And I always tell people to, whatever you do as an artist, try to go deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Try to dig deeper. Explain it at a level a little bit more. Show people a little bit more what makes you do what you do. Show people what you're into, what skills you have. Don't be afraid to, to speak about your quote unquote quirks, your interests. These things are what separates you from all the other dope artists out there.
Right.
Because in 2022, everybody's fucking dope. Everybody got a fucking dope beat. So what separates you from them? And I think it's your ability to tell your story and have a deeper connection with your fans.
Right.
So that's number 4. Number 5, reason you need a website. And this is one we kind of touched on. But the number 5 reason, and this could probably be higher up the list, but it's to collect email addresses. If you ain't got an email list by now and you got a business or a website, you're slipping. When all of this shit, when anything hits the fan with Twitter, ask yourself, how many people can I contact directly if this shit dies tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, if you got a Bandcamp, if you ever checked any of the analytics with Bandcamp, you have a lot of email addresses.
Hello.
Even if you don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Just download that CSV.
Yep. Bandcamp has been doing a service for artists for a long time. And they ain't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you bought that shit, they saved that email address. Anything somebody, you need to be number one, corresponding with those people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Building a rapport with those people, because that's the direct connection you need. That's 10 times better than Twitter. Twitter can't fuck with an email list of people who you already know purchase shit from you versus just followers who may or may not ever buy your shit.
Right.
And so
it's like looking at your pictures.
Yeah, that's it. They might just think you're a dope photographer.
Yeah, that might be it.
They're just lurking.
Yeah.
No, there's be people who just be looking at your profile just see what the fuck you up to.
Mm-hmm.
You do this shit long enough, it's people who look at your profile just to get ideas from your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the next you look at they shit, they doing some shit, look, sound, read just like some shit you just did.
Right.
You know what I mean? You be like, oh, that looks familiar. Oh, this is my shit. You motherfuckers be fighting, flipping and bouncing my shit on me. Okay. But that's what it is. You know what I mean? So like what you need to be doing is speaking directly to your people if you can. Email, no matter what happens with all of this shit. The most valuable shit you can get is somebody's email and a phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Phone number is now cutting edge shit. You look at like Ryan Leslie and his super phone and the things he's doing with that, and the rates for that in terms of engagement are just through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Email is way higher than all the social media, and the phone is next. And so, be thinking about these things, as you see this instability going on, because it ain't even just about Twitter. Tech in general is suffering right now.
Right.
The tech layoffs are a real thing. They're going to continue for a while. And we don't know how this is going to impact some of the services that we use, but we should make sure that we at least are making some sort of effort to build up our direct connection with our people. And
facts.
For most of us, email is the easiest way. So that's number 5. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Word.
Quick announcement. Over the last several years, we've been asked many times by the listeners of this show if we would ever open it up to the public for advertising. We've always been interested in this, but we never had the systems in place to make it work properly. I'm proud to announce that we are officially accepting advertising from the public on Super Duty Tough Work. Meaning, if you're a small business owner or an artist and you'd like to create more awareness about your product, service, or release on the Super Duty Tough Work podcast, we're now in a position to do that. For more information, email us at superdutytoughwork@weightless.net. Again, that's superdutytoughwork@weightless.net. Email us there. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you would like to promote, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible to let you know if we think it's a good fit and what the next steps are. Thank you for your time. Back to the show. All right, folks. We're back.
Yes.
Super Duty Tough Work, Blueprint, and Logic. This week we're talking about why you need a website. We gave you 5 good reasons. We got 2 more. Probably a shorter episode this week, but who gives a fuck? As long as the bullet points is hidden.
Right.
You know, number 6 reason you need a website is for search. Search. When people are looking for you on the internet, they are typing in phrases, words related to you, your song titles, your album titles. What comes up?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, it's not your website.
Right.
It's not a website that you can make money on. But what happens when you start blogging about, writing about, making posts about yourself and your own content constantly? Pretty soon, your content starts to dominate the search results for you.
Right.
Then when people click on that link, oh yeah, I got the information I wanted. New album right here. Bang. Oh, he's got something coming. Oh, he's got that coming. Next thing you know, they're on your website. Scrolling around, lurking. Oh shit, I didn't know about this. I didn't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Search is so fucking powerful, man. SEO is so fucking powerful. Search engine optimization that I want to do an episode and have somebody on here to speak about SEO as it relates to artists. I might get like Icon on here.
Yeah.
He's like the legend in that space.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's doing big. He's done big things.
Yeah, but it's something that we artists don't think about. We just think that people go in. You're gonna go to Instagram, type in the rapper's name or artist's name, and that comes up. You get to their page, right? That's cool. But when you start dominating the search for the main Google page, when you can get your pages on your website to show up and people search for you, that's when you're fucking winning.
Right.
And you can do it. It's not as hard as you think. It just takes some consistency, you know? But yeah, that's why. Search. And then the last fucking reason you need a website. E-commerce.
Mm-hmm.
To sell shit to people who want to buy shit from you. How long Spotify been around?
Same as Twitter, right?
Yeah, a minute, right?
Yeah.
They just now putting in shit so you can sell shit on there.
Mm-hmm.
Just now.
Yeah.
Within the last year, you can actually click. They're going to allow you
to sell your shit.
Right. To sell your music after they've been streaming the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to finally allow you to sell your shit. None of these sites are set up for that shit. They don't care. They don't get no money when you sell your shit. They don't care about you selling no physical product. They are not incentivized to do it. That's why they're so lacking on these features. Whereas you are incentivized to do it because you know how your bread is buttered. You know you make more money off selling one motherfucking vinyl LP than you do off a month of streaming.
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
True.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
Like shit. The streaming, but they make more off the fucking streaming, so they ain't trying to sell your vinyl. That's why you need a website, man. Having a place where people can come and get every single thing you've ever done It's powerful as shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and the fact that people there's one place where they can get all the information about you that they want.
Yes.
They can stay on your website. If you have enough content, they can stay on your website for hours watching videos, listening to music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reading,
Come on, man.
shit you write, reading articles, all of that stuff.
Yeah, man. So never underestimate that. People who are looking for you typically want to support you in some kind of way. And every time you leave them on these platforms that are not built for e-commerce, you're not gonna sell shit. You gotta try to get people off of those sites into your site. And so, for many artists wondering like, why doesn't social media work for me the way it does? Sometimes it's as simple as the fact that we're not directing people to the things that make sense for us.
Yeah.
If it makes sense for us to send people to our website because we can make money there, we can blog there, we can post video there, we can post more audio there, we can do all the stuff there. If we're not doing that, then we're just caught up in feeding the content machines, and getting nothing out of it. It's like you getting pimped, but you getting taking all your money at the end. You ain't getting a nice dress out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You ain't even getting a hug.
Nah, you just a hoe. You just a hoe. If you're going to be a hoe, at least get a nice dress out of that motherfucker. Can I get dressed up nice if I'm going to be walking the stroll all day for you motherfuckers?
Right. Right.
Get me off the Ave, please. Please make me feel a little bit of self-respect. So that's it. That's why you need a website, man. We could probably talk about this a long time, but I think this is more like a refresher for everybody who listens to us. If you have something that you want to do this year that you ain't done, I say start with getting your website right.
Yeah.
Give it a little fresh little facelift. Update that theme. You know what I mean? Get that little header image updated.
Right. Change the color of your type.
Yeah. Change that font a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, make them headers a little bolder. Go back and enter that SEO information. So when people searching for you, it pop up,
Right.
Make sure that you got that new item on your front page. As soon as people hit that front page, the latest release is right there in their face.
Right.
Hey, you might also want to. This is too much game, man. I'm going to stop, man. Y'all got to pay me for this shit. Nah. Your email sign up. Where's that at? Is it on there? No? Add it. This is just stuff that you need to do as an artist to take advantage of the stuff, and so that we ain't got to be worried about whether or not Twitter going to be here. I don't want to lose no followers like y'all don't. However, there was a time before Twitter existed, and we did okay then, and maybe we'll be even better now. So that's it. Get a website, man. Get a website. Shout out to Big Stowe.
Yeah.
Telling y'all to get these fucking websites. Y'all not listening. And so that's it. And we'll see y'all next week.
Word. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Shoot, I got styles already that's more complex that nobody know about. I mean, super duty tough work.